Most men assume they'd know instantly if a woman wanted to sleep with them. They imagine bold flirting, intense eye contact, maybe a suggestive comment. That makes everything obvious. But here's the twist. When a woman is genuinely open to crossing that line, with you the signs aren't loud at all. They slip into the tiny moments. The pauses, the way she moves, when she thinks you're not analyzing her. Psychology shows that real sexual readiness hides in subtle behaviors she'd never confess to, and in this video, we're breaking down 10 of those rare signals, including one final sign that only appears when she's already imagining how the night could end. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. 1. She lets her private self slip into the room, the version she normally edits out. Around men, most men think sexual interest is shown through physical cues, her body language, her eye contact, her touch, but before those ever show up, something more subtle happens. She lets parts of herself appear that she usually hides. She laughs in ways that sound less controlled. They don't trust sexually. They regulate their expressions, their language, the way they tell stories. But if she is open to sleeping with you, that filter loosens, she swears more freely. So you have to pass close behind her, protected area, or she lets her body brush yours. When you both squeeze past in a narrow gap, or she stands still, instead of shifting away when you walk by. That's proximity permission. It's not accidental. Women don't forget to move out of the way. They register closeness far more sensitively than men do. When she allows that closeness, and especially when she creates it during transitions, she is signaling that physical escalation from you would not be unwelcome. It's a quiet green light most men never notice. Real quick if you're watching, because you want to understand women better and improve yourself in the process. Type elevate. Let's see who's turning insight into action. 4. She switches from conversational. This is one of the rarest and strongest signs, and almost no one talks about it. At some point, a woman who is open to sleeping with you stops looking just at your eyes and starts scanning. Not in a sexual, undressing you look. This is something different. She evaluates your frame, your shoulders, your hands, your jawline, your height. She's subconsciously running calculations about what being close to you would feel like. This assessment scan is instinctive and deeply rooted in female psychology. The key difference, she doesn't hide it. When she's just attracted, she looks away quickly to avoid being obvious. But when she is sexually open, she lets you catch her looking, because she wants you to register her interest. When her gaze shifts from communication to evaluation, she has mentally placed you in the I would category. 5. She stops regulating her breathing around you. This one is subtle but powerful. Women often control their breathing when they're nervous, guarded, or not sexually interested. They stabilize it, keep it consistent, and try to appear calm. But if she mentally crosses into sexual territory with you, her breathing changes, maybe not dramatically, but enough that you notice something's different. Eye contact to assessment scanning. It might get slightly deeper, slower, or momentarily uneven after you touch her hand or lean close to say something. She's no longer hiding physiological arousal. And arousal isn't always sexual excitement. Sometimes it's just her nervous system responding to the possibility of something happening. But the fact she isn't suppressing it tells you she's comfortable letting sexual energy exist between you. Women don't let that happen with men. They don't want sex. She allows your touch to linger in a way she would normally break quickly. Most dating advice focuses on when a woman touches you. She responds when you touch her. When a woman isn't sexually interested, she breaks touch almost immediately. Even a friendly touch gets a polite but quick exit. But if she's open to sleeping with you, she lets touch last a fraction too long. You might rest your hand on her lower back for a second, and instead of stepping forward to end it, she stays exactly where she is. You might brush an arm, and she doesn't pull away. You hand her something, and she keeps her hand against yours. Longer than necessary. It's not bold. It's not flirtatious. It's the absence of resistance. That lack of resistance is one of the clearest sexual indicators you will ever get. When a woman doesn't break a physical moment, she's telling you that more physicality wouldn't be unwelcome. 7. She introduces micro-situations where you would need to lead her physically. Women who are open to intimacy often test what it feels like to let the man guide them, not in a dramatic way, but in tiny, natural situations. But the more telling sign is how she might walk slightly behind you on stairs, so you instinctively guide her. She may pause at a crosswalk and wait for your cue to move. She might ask, which way should we go? Even if she already knows. She's testing the feeling of letting you take a physical lead, because sexual intimacy involves exactly that dynamic. At certain moments, if she likes the feeling of you guiding her, in micro situations she's already imagining how it would feel in more intimate settings. A woman who isn't sexually open maintains control and avoids being led. A woman who is open gives you opportunities to lead, so she can feel the chemistry more clearly. 8. She lowers her shielding behaviors. The subtle ways women protect their body, drink, phone, or personal items. Most men don't realize how much women shield their space. They angle their body away, hold their drink close to their chest, keep their phone in hand, cross their arms, clutch their bag, or suddenly create barriers between themselves and men they don't trust. But when she is sexually open to you, these shields disappear one by one. She puts her drink down instead of holding it tightly. She leaves her phone face down on the table. She lets her purse sit beside her instead of in her lap. She turns her body fully toward you, with no objects in the way. Women only lower shields when they feel both safe and attracted. Removing barriers is not just comfort. It is the psychological readiness for closeness. If she's dropping all shields in your presence, she is signaling that intimacy with you does not feel like a risk. 9. She changes her self-presentation mid-interaction, not before it. Getting dressed up before seeing you is attraction. Changing her presentation after she's already with you, that's sexual interest. When a woman suddenly adjusts her posture, fixes her top, repositions her hair, smooths her skin, reapplies lip gloss, or suddenly checks her reflection mid-interaction, she's updating her appearance based on the idea of you wanting her. The timing is everything. These shifts don't happen because she planned them. They happen because something you did or said triggered a thought, I want him to see me. At my best, women do this unconsciously. When they're preparing for intimacy, she's not flirting for attention. She is calibrating for closeness. If she becomes more polished, more feminine, or more composed in the middle of being around you, she has moved into sexual imagination territory. 10. She gives you what psychologists call anticipation. Stillness. This is the most powerful and least talked about sign of all. When a woman is open to sexual intimacy, there's a moment where she stops moving. Not because she's anxious, not because she's bored, but because she's waiting. It usually happens when the tension between you peaks. During a pause in the conversation, a moment of eye contact, or when you're standing close. Her breathing settles, her shoulders relax. Her face goes neutral, and she just waits. Watching you, she's giving you the moment. Women don't create anticipation. Stillness with men they aren't interested in. They only do it when they've mentally accepted the idea of intimacy, and they're curious to see what you'll do next. It's the clearest nonverbal yes she can offer, without saying the words. When you see this, she's not testing you. She's inviting escalation, and she's trusting you to recognize the moment up next. Discover if she's secretly checking you out, or learn how women at work flirt when they like you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.